Hello everybody, it's Ollie, and today, I have got a story time for you. Now today we're going over one of the most epic stories in my adult life. This might not be the most epic story because I've done a lot of crazy ass shit in my small years on this planet, from jumping off big fucking rocks and fucking, I don't even know, that was the only thing I can think of that's noteworthy, and even that, it was only about a 20-foot rock, so awkward. Anyway, when I was 10 years old, I broke out of school, and here is my story on how that happened, and what happens after you break out of school in a foreign country. Okay, this is basically what happened. So when I was about 6 or 7 years old, we moved to Spain, and I went to school here. Now, I never really liked school because I was a dyslexic kid. No excuse, I was just a dyslexic kid though, who didn't really speak English, even let alone Spanish. Couldn't really spell. I was very nervous in the school environment because, like, I don't know, I'd never really done an exam. It's like kind of weird, kind of a weird kid. I was very socially awkward, very like Aspergery. Like, I think I even have that. But anyway, so I then come to Spain, and I hated school as the get-go. I didn't want to socialize with people. I just wanted, like, to just be alone. But just not be at school, just be at home with my mum, if I'm really honest with you, when I was a kid. I then went to school, and at about 9-10 years old, let's say 10, I broke my foot, and I was out of school for 6 weeks, okay? And because I did this crazy ass break, I broke 4 or 5 bones playing the Wii machine. I know it's pretty fucking legendary. I was playing that Wii bowling game, but not the one that comes with it, but like the professional one. And I was losing my temper like a little kid does, and getting annoyed because I was getting beaten the shit out of by my sister and my dad. And my toe got caught under a rug, and I did like a flick back, and it just twisted my little baby toe, and it broke all the middle bone. It was like, it had been disconnected on my toes. I was like, I don't know, the x-ray's pretty fucked up. Anyway, so I had 6 weeks off school, and I completely broke myself out of the loop. I had no friends when I went back, and it was just like, the teachers kind of gave up on me. Everything was just kind of in the shit. So the first day back, I come back, and all I had to do with my like day was learn the times table, which most kids are like, oh, that's so much fun. For me, that was bullshit. I didn't want to sit the whole day learning the timetable. I kept falling asleep. I didn't need to learn the 5 times table that bad. In fairness, I have learned it to this day, but I didn't need it. So anyway, I'm already a bit frustrated. My friends ain't having none of it. I'm out of the circle. Loads of shit's happened. Probably learned why I shouldn't stay out of school for 6 weeks at a time, even though I did it multiple times after this. And basically all that happens is it comes around to lunchtime now, and we're doing gym, and our gym kind of called, if you imagine a school and then the gym court next to it, okay? And it's like kind of got basketball pitch, got football pitch, quite big, and we're doing this, and I'm getting some shit. Now bear in mind, I was like a 4'5" kid, like about 19 years old. I was short as fuck. Now I've grown a lot, but when I was a kid, I literally, like, basically from like 5 till 13, I was the same height, and then from 13 to 16, I grew like a fucker, and that was basically my life. So I was getting loads of shit by these kids, and I was getting really pissed off. And what ends up being my final straw is that I can't remember what we were playing with, but there was these kind of chucky things that you chuck them up in the air and they come down the same way. Well, anyway, one kid just lobbed one clean at my head, like kind of like a fucking dart throw in, like, no, not a dart throw, but like a knife throw, like kind of hold it in his hands, chucked it, smashed me in the head. And at this point, I was like, all right, I'm either going to kill someone, I'm just going to just flip the shit out, and I'll just start grabbing people and screaming, or I'm going to go and tell the teacher what's going on. I need a minute to just be me. I just need to calm down. I need to sort the situation out. So I went to the teacher like a good person, probably a bad decision looking back at it, and she was just had enough of my shit for some reason, and was just like, nah, tells me to fuck off kind of thing. Not that like that. She doesn't go, Ollie, fuck off. She goes, just go away. Just sort it out. You're a kid. Just like grow up. It doesn't matter. Like, and then I had a little bit of a discussion with her, got kind of heated, and she said, just leave, and like laughed at me not being able to, like, not having the balls to leave. So at that point, I was like, well, fuck you. And my head just went, so I run, and I was quick, because you're small, you got that aerodynamic ability. I was quick as shit, so I sprinted to the gate. And now at my school, you had 2 options. You could either run on the road, and you would definitely get caught, and you would get taken back to school. Or you could run down a giant mountain that was probably about 100 feet mountain, but it was kind of sloped, and it had a big drainage platform. So I run down this drainage platform. Bear in mind, I broke my foot recently, and it's only just healed. I had to go through the physiotherapy stage, which is a bitch. It's like you lose the ability to walk and that kind of shit. And I managed to run down this hill, and my legs hurt and everything, but the adrenaline's pumping, and I'm gone. And I get to the bottom of this hill, and I remember looking back, and all I could see was my whole class, about 20 pupils, and a teacher just screaming at the top of their lungs. They were like, get back here. And I was out. I was gone. I was limping because I was fucked. I wasn't quick at this point now. My adrenaline was slowing down. But I remember looking up and I remember just being like, fuck all of them. Like, fuck them. And I remember just keep running. It was like kind of how I imagine breaking out of prison or running away from an army must be like. Because you've got like a fucking shitload of people who want to get you. And you've got like, you're like the little person you're running. So anyway, my home was like about 5-10 minutes away from school. And I just run straight to it. Got there, thank fuck my mum was there. I opened the door. She was like, what has gone on? Why are you here? Like, this doesn't make any sense. She was confused. I explained the situation very quickly. Really, if I'm really honest with you, what was running through my head for most of the day was in the 6 weeks which I had off, all I did was sit and watch This Morning and Loose Women. And I think I got a little bit of an addiction to loose women, especially. And I don't know why a 10-year-old would be addicted to loose women, but I was. And all I remember thinking for the whole day is, I'm sat here fucking learning these timetables. I could be sat watching loose women right now. I don't know why. I don't know why that was running through my head, but it was. And I remember getting home. My mum was super shocked, okay? And I would just burst in tears. I was crying my eyes out because the adrenaline wears off, and then all of a sudden, these emotions are now visible, what you've done. It's like, you're like, shit. Well, anyway, 2 minutes later, knock, knock, knock. The police are fucking at my house. The police, the actual real life police. Now, I've never experienced the police before. And like, I was one of the kids who grew up with the police are fucking like, they will arrest you for nothing. Like, my parents kind of ingrained into me that like, all right, if you step out of order, the police come in. So like, I was like a good kid. So when I saw the police coming, I was like, I'm going to be taken to prison. Fuck, this is just too much for me. And I kind of believed that you could get taken to prison at like 8. I don't know why, but that was just a belief that I had when I was younger. So anyway, my mum makes me go down with her. And I was like, no, just fucking say I'm not here. Just say I'm not here. I'll hide. And I was crying. I was like, I'm not throwing away. Anyway, I opened the door to the police person. She looks me dead in the eyes, has a big ass go at my mum and me, and then says, if this happens again, I'm taking you to boarding school. There is nothing you'll be able to do. You'll be taken away from your parents. Just like complete heartless shit. It's weird she can speak English actually, but she's still a police officer now. I occasionally see her. She was just like so pissed off. The thing that I always think is she took the burden on herself. It's like if I was a cop, I'd be like, oh shit, kid's broken out, and I'd see him, he's crying. I'd probably show some remorse and be like, oh man, like don't worry, but you gotta go to school. Okay, like I have to come back and maybe bad stuff will happen and you don't really want that happening. She was like, you will fucking get taken away from your parents. You will be that. And I remember that realization kicked in my head where I was like saying everything, yes. But I remember in the back of my thoughts, I thought, you don't have that power. You do not have that power. And that sounds like the bit of rebellion in my head. I was like, if you was trying to take me, I'd hide. Or I would do the same thing I did before and I'd break out. I'm like a little rebel at this point. Well, anyway, something you need to know if you break out of school, kids, is guess what they make you do? Police come to your house. They give you shit. You then go to the school quickly after that, or you don't, or you ring the school, whatever. And then that night, usually, well, I did anyway, had to go to the actual school. And you have to see all the teachers. You have to go through the whole shit. It's horrible. But anyway, I went to the school, went through the shit, tried to explain that I was getting shit by other people and that it was just not a good environment. And I said to the teacher, this is what was going on. And she was just like, tough. It's no excuse to break out of school. Fair enough. She was she wasn't that much of a bad person, really, but it was kind of like a bit of shit. I was a bit like pissed off, like, and she was just not happy with me because I had obviously caused a lot of problem. They had to call the police, and if you're a school and I suppose you have a kid break out, it's kind of like not a good message to spread around. And then once one kid does it, other kids feel like they can do it too. It's like that kind of like, oh fuck, he did it. Nothing happened to him. We can do it now. But anyway, my punishment was she gave me a little bit of paper, and I can't remember how many days I got off, but I think it was 5 days off school. Hallelujah, right there. Hallelujah. That was the best present I could have. I broke out of school, missed 1 day. Then I had 5 days of school. And the best part about these 5 days, and I'll be honest with you, there is a really good part about these 5 days, is that it doesn't matter if they're on a weekend. So you can have, say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, and then Saturday and Sunday. Or you can have like Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday off, and then still have another 4 days off. So they are just 5 days completely off school. I remember my excitement. It was like, you've punished me. I didn't want to be at school. You've punished me by giving me time off school. It's brilliant. Then when I went back to school, I was treated like a little god. Because everybody in my school had never seen someone break out before. Everybody's like, holy shit, that's the kid who broke out. And they asked me stories about my experience. It was crazy. So a little bit of a note to kids. Don't break out of school. Probably not the best thing to do. But if you do, nothing really happens. You get time off school maybe. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It ruins your life. You end up like getting in troubles. It's just a deep road down. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this story. I hope you have an absolutely awesome day. If you like this video, then you just click the subscribe button. Just fucking slam dunk it, okay? Have an absolutely awesome day. See you later. Bye. Free opera right there. Vegan, you're still a fucking asshole. And if you are an asshole vegan, then you're gonna love this story because it ends up with me shitting myself. So there you go. That's a little one up.